and welcome to Surplus Only. At this time of the year it is pretty cold, so what I've done is bought some cold weather kit. These are the gloves or mittens. Now I personally find, as a very cold person, that mittens suit me better than gloves with the individual fingers. All my fingers are covered from side to side, separate thumb. These are, as you can see, DPM, but I'm going to do you a 2-for-1 video here, because these are actually the Gore-Tex outers, the waterproof for the actual glove here or mitten that has the pile fleece lining there, and we do have all the original labelling here indicating that it is all genuine issue. Now I have written down all the prices of these, but they're really easy to get hold of absolutely anywhere. You're not going to have any difficulty whatsoever, so shop around. But I will put you the prices on the screen now as we look at this section here, which is the actual mitten itself, and there's the price you're going to expect to pay. At least I paid and found you, but do shop around, you're going to get them cheaper. As indicated before, these have the Aquatherm fleece pile lining. It's very similar to your buffalo shirt if you have one of them, or buffalo sleeping bag. This here is your trigger finger, which is on the mitten, and this part is not insulated. In the British Army, pretty much everything you touch in winter is made of metal, whether that's your vehicle or your sidearm, your rifle, and you can't have bare skin sticking to it. A lot of people opt for the gloves obviously these days, but we can get these really cheap, as you can see. So there is all my fingers in the mitten like that, and if I just reverse a little, and I can pop a trigger finger here in the uninsulated part of the mitten. So thumb, fingers, trigger finger. So left and right trigger fingers here. Now I'm going to say the quality is pretty good on these, but they do look really basic, and if you get these, they're not waterproof. The minute anything is damp, it becomes cold, and you've lost the whole idea behind why you've put these on in the first place. That is why you always pair them up with these. That's why I'm not going to split this video into two different parts. This is a Gore-Tex outer. So we have the mitten here, the inner, and once it's on, I slip the outer Gore-Tex over it. Now this doesn't have the trigger finger, so just be aware of that if you are using this for some kind of cooking or anything outdoors, and it comes right up to the elbow here. Now you can have this over the top of your parka or underneath it. Over is always recommended. On the front here is a kind of a grip. It's like a silicone, and all them dots there will help grip anything you want to pick up. To tighten it all down, there are two systems of locking it here on the wrist and higher up towards the elbow here. So let's have a look at the wrist. It is just a simple runner and webbing which comes all the way around your wrist here. Now if I give this a pull, it tightens up just like that. Now there's no cold air getting into the actual hand section, and also it secures it into place. There's also another section higher up here which is a one-way pull. So if I just pull this loop here near the elbow, it will tighten up, and I can do this one-handed, which is kind of difficult to do once you've got the other mitten on. So you can always put it in your teeth. But this first one, although it has an ordinary cinch toddle on, I just pull the elastic, and it is elasticated. When I let go, it is tightened the elastic around here, and then to release, just like any other toddle, give it a squeeze and pull back. So to tighten, just pull, let go. Now there's no wind going to get down here and allowing air to escape, which is your warm air. We don't want that. So once this is on, it's absolutely fantastic. Now I do have the Dutch mittens, which have the leather on the palm here and the thumb section, and it was minus 22 when I had them on, and I could feel the cold through them. Minus 22. I had these on also minus 22. I had these as backup and put these on, and these are a lot better, a lot warmer. And this is speaking of someone who is very cold-blooded. I'm not a warm sleeper, not a warm person. So in winter, as you can see, I like to wrap up. So that is the inner mitten and the outer Gore-Tex there. You've seen the prices of both on screen. So for a combined price, I think you're going to get really good value for money. Obviously there is the pair. I'll quickly show you how I get both of these on. I don't separate the inner from the outer. I can put this one on first and nip up the wrist. Here's where it gets a little more tricky. Get on the right hand. And because I haven't got good dexterity here, I'm going to have to use my teeth. When it comes to the elbow section, I can pull with the other mitten still on. The difficulty is this strap here over the wrist. You can try using your teeth, but if you're buddied up with someone, they can do this last little strap up for you, and it is a bit tricky to do when you've got both mittens on. So even as quite a cold-blooded person, I would always go for something like this. Loosen that off, loosen the wrist off, pull back, loosen up the cinch toddle at the elbow. Same here. I'm going to say these are relatively lightweight and compact, but not as lightweight and compact as obviously say somebody who is a hiker would be used to. But I do hike with these in bitterly cold weather. As soon as it's sort of 5 degrees Celsius here in the UK, with me having Raynaud's disease, which is a disease where as soon as my fingers get cold, they will not warm up, and the pain is absolutely unbearable and takes hours and hours to warm my hands back up. Very painful disorder to have. So I rely on these a lot more than I would a glove. Now, if you do want to see the gloves, I have MTP gloves in leather, and that has the Thinsulate inner, and that is on the channel. But this is it for today. You've seen actually 2 products there, so 2 videos in the price of 1. Thanks for joining me. I'm Bex. This has been Surplus Only. I'll see you next time.